The game featured in this video deals with topics related to mental and emotional health, such as depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. It depicts scenes that some people may find distressing, including acts of self-harm. If you are likely to be negatively affected by watching this video, please don't. If you need help, please reach out to a friend, a family member, or a professional service.
Your room is ready, Mr. Evans.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing the doctor's explanation of this one. Where are we now? I guess we just follow this trail. What's that? That's like the rocking horse from my bedroom.
Focus on the beautiful moments. Remember when we were together.
Is that my wife's voice, or was that my mum's?
The television is only allowed between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m.
Okay, these seem to be following the same path in chronological order, so I'm guessing the first voice was mum's. Oh god, the shower. Little brats.
What happened here? What is the meaning of this mess?
Oh, little Wilbur. Oh, John, is this you?
You should stay out of trouble, John.
Yeah, well, you should have looked out for him. Can't expect a little kid to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders. Deal with all that kind of crap. Here's John at work. Didn't really have the greatest success as a writer, I don't think. It's all these. Yeah, this is not unfamiliar. Feeling like everyone else is having fun. Feeling a little left out. Oh, poor John. You again. Nothing in there. That's perked you up. Oh god. John's really depressed. That's an understatement.
Well, you see, marriage is a lot different than living life as an individual. In marriage, we have two great forces. Isn't that right?
Ah, we have more in common than I thought.
But just what exactly has all this to do with your marital problem?
Oh, it's just a love story.
Don't know. Is he thinking that marriage is the solution to his problems? What's that you got? What the... God, we're back here. The hell is... Well, they got to me in time then, I guess. What the hell is going on? John, seriously, what is going on in your head? Was there even a car crash? Was he even married? Come on, John, snap out of it. You need to start getting some answers now. Every time I think I've got this game figured out and what's going on in John's life, it just keeps throwing me a curveball. Was his wife someone they actually met, or is he just someone that he saw in a magazine? Was there a car accident, or was it just a suicide in the hotel? Oh, we've put all the pieces together again. Can't see my reflection. We've got the box open now. Achievement stonemason. I wonder where this key goes. Come on, Doc, you're supposed to be helping me put everything back together. This place looks even worse.
Come in, John. It all makes sense now. Do you see?
No, I really don't.
You couldn't keep up the illusion, could you, John? Every lie has its flaws. You couldn't keep her alive in your head forever. She was one of your finest stories, wasn't she, John? Do you remember? Tell me, what is her name?
Jane. God, it was all a lie.
John, sit down.
Yeah, I think I better.
I think we've come far enough for today, John. I want you to focus on my voice. I'm going to count down from 3 to 0. When I'm done, I want you to wake up here in this room. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, 0. Very good, John. We've made good progress today. Now, time to rest. We'll continue tomorrow.
Well, it's nice to see a little bit more colour in the world. Oh god, she's still there. Are you sure I don't need any of those pills? When I finished the recording session for the last video, I didn't realise how close we were to the end of the game. Still, I think it was a good point to cut off, and it gives me a chance to dedicate this one as an epilogue. I'm going to preface the rest of this video by saying that I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not talking with any kind of authority here. These are just the rambling opinions of an idiot. I introduced this game at the start of the series by saying I was intrigued to see how it would depict mental illness. I think they did an excellent job. I think the art style and the use of dynamic environments was a clever choice. Not only did it play to the idea that John had a heavily whitewashed memory, which filled in with detail once he started to remember the truth, but I think it could also represent what being under hypnosis is like. I've not experienced hypnosis myself, but I imagine it's similar to being in a waking dream. It makes sense then that what you'd see would be less detailed than reality, and that you'd have that surrealism you get in dreams where one moment you're having dinner with long dead relatives, and the next you're skydiving. The contrast between imagination and reality was more evident in the ending, where we see the doctor's office in full colour and the monochromatic Jane standing in the doorway. There were some good bits of symbolism that I picked up on, the most obvious one being the bathroom scene in the hotel. That sense of being trapped with only one way forward. Normally that would just be a game's way of forcing you along a linear story, but it felt more poignant in that moment. For someone at that point in their life where they consider ending it, it does seem as though there's no other path. Another one I noticed was the statue at the end. Although the pieces were put back together and the statue was more whole, the cracks were still visible, kind of signifying that John wasn't fully treated, again echoed by the presence of Jane trying to lure John away from reality. When I started playing, I had the naive assumption that each relived memory, each chapter would be wrapped up neatly with us knowing the whole truth, definitively. I'm glad that wasn't the case. Throughout the story I had this constant doubt about what was true and what was a lie. I can only imagine that that's what someone in John's condition also feels like. I'm going to leave it there. I think this game deserves an essay written by someone a lot more qualified than I am. Let me know what you guys think. Was there anything that you picked on that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me for this series. I know it's a heavy subject and I appreciate you watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Take care.